I hope this one works. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're feeling good. It is a very interesting day. The bill got passed. We're going to hear more about that. The bond vigilantes and talks of bond vigilantes and everything else is there. And really, you're going to hear about global yields all day. We had a couple of earnings. There is some good news if you really want to look for it. But when it's all said and done, the concern is rates, yields, and where that is going to lead us all. Wait, hold on. The concern is rates, yields, and where that is okay, nice. So it is a little quiet. So yeah, my mic might cut out here and there. Yeah, there was a little echo. But Chattadonia, we got 1 minute, 30 seconds. If you have any plays, now is the time to post them. I hope those Bitcoins are doing. I think today's going to be huge for Bitcoin. It's already up though. But long story short, you know, everybody freaking out about bonds, rates, and all that shit. Like, think about it. Bitcoin benefits. It's the money. It's not tied to a deficit. It's not tied to any of that. So let's see how it plays. But I'm going to be watching Nike, Gold, iBit, Snowflake, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Lumen, Shy. I'm going to keep my eyes on the 2-year bond. And then AAP. They had good earnings and recovery. Boeing 737 crash victims urge U.S. Justice Department to take plane maker to trial. Ooh. All right, but we got 1 minute, baby. Here, let me turn this up. All right, how does that sound? Oh my gosh, I sound so loud now. Do I sound really loud? I hear myself in my room. Sound really loud? I hear myself in my room. Sound really loud? All right, well, it's really loud on my end. I hear myself. 5% too loud? Or it's normal? I sound clear? There's an echo? I mean, I hear it. All right, well, we'll try that. But Chattadonia, 10 seconds. Like the video. Actually, you don't have to like the video. I don't give you guys anything for liking the video. I know. So just have fun. Have fun. Be cool. And there it is. Oh, what? Ding, 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 ding. Round 1. Fight. Yeah, my sound didn't go off. I don't know why. Alrighty, again, watch Google. They're already up. And like I'm saying, anything related to interest rates, bonds, and any of that stuff, it's probably going to be very important. So we'll see there. You had a couple of the other movers. And I wish you the best of luck. All right. Oh, yeah. Our little NXS thing, that hit really good. That one was fun. All right. Target's moving down. Oh, Pepsi? No. That's just a wide spread. But, yeah, watch Staples. I was kind of disappointed there. Snowflake, that was the other earnings. Yours didn't ring either? Mine didn't. Yeah, it usually always rings. UNH open. Again, Humana, UNH, Cigna, all of them are going to be related. Yo, what? Hey, yo, these are laggers, bro. Oh, what? What do you mean? Oh, everything's... It just said it's not approved. Oh, yeah, and then CEP is going crazy. Oh, my goodness. They're hoeing me. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, core weave on the low. Well, will it let me close a position? Oh, my goodness. And then the core weaves, they're up a lot. I didn't even realize that. I think they were up even more prior. That's actually insane. All right. Well, I have a good one. I'm just going to give you a play on here. It's not letting me execute it, so I can't trade this right now. I have to trade. I need to call him real quick. This was happening yesterday. So again, the iBits were leading, and then the MSTRs, they were lagging, but now that one's actually starting to move. And then Google's from yesterday are doing good. No news on renewables, but the tax bill. So the tax bill did not, it pretty much cuts out a bunch of renewable energy credit, even for credits for some of the non-renewables. So yeah, And then Core Weave, you guys know what we're waiting for. AAP's on the high. Airbnb. Yeah, AAP is, oh my goodness. Be careful. Those options are up 3,000%. So I'm pretty sure the volume is way above. I could check in a little bit, but yeah, like straight up, those are up 3,000%. Ooh. Solar. Those might bounce, but again, just keep eyes on them. That is related to the bill. VIX on the high. We are coming down. Oh, where's my other one? Yeah, Core Weave. Again, Core Weave was at like what? 115 pre-market? But yeah, that is coming down. Again, MSTRs are actually getting slashed too. Like I'm saying, waking up, those actually held. I was very surprised. But they're already coming back down. But again, Bitcoin, it's kind of the winner. Core was at 119. There's UNH. So UNH already recovered like 3%, 2% off the bottom. All right. No, where's my charts, Habibi? Why they not giving me my chart? Giving me my 4 chart, Habibi. There's oil. Let me get a Bitcoin. Yeah, Nasdaq's the only thing green. SPY, Dow barely red. Russell's down by 0.5%. I want to check the equal weight. So yeah, equal weight's down 0.5%. So again, there's more broad pressure going down. Core Weave now dumping. All right, 5835. Damn. So Chad, you're getting back down here. So remember, we were playing this 5822 level. So again, 58, it's like 5807 to 5805, and then 5800. If that breaks, then you literally have another like 150 points possibly. But if that holds, then you might get a nice little bounce. There's AAP, Target running. So Target's been all over the place. They were down more today, and then they went up. Yeah, but they are green. So see if that holds. Oh, where's Nike too? Again, they had that news. Yeah, Nike's starting to rip. Again, the Amazon thing, they stopped that in 2019, if you were unaware. And then Google too. I mean, Google's still up, starting to come down. Airlines on the high, Delta, UAL, they're all kind of popping right now. Crowd again, Target. Yeah, I like the crowd, so I gave one out to watch on there. Again, my E-Trade's not letting me. Oh no, was it crowd? It was snow. That's the one. Yeah, snowflake. Tesla now popping. And then airlines. So again, every single airline is just taking a candle. And then Tesla's starting to move, but Southwest, Delta, all of that. And then UNH back to 300. I don't know if the other ones move like that. Where is it? Humana, Elevon. No, yeah, that's just all UNH. Nibis lost all the gains? No way. So that could be a good frog and way, but I'm glad we sold. Even Core Weave, I'm waiting on the Frogger. That's it. So we talked about it on the watch list. Watch that if you want the play idea. Other than that, we just got to be patient. PMI might matter. Again, we are back in tantrum mode. Like I saying, you just watched everybody react more to a bond auction than downgrade, which is hilarious. But you could be susceptible to move off of nothing. So if data comes in, soft data, hard data, anything that meets the narrative of driving bond yields higher, they're going to run it. I hope that all makes sense. So if that data comes in and says higher bond yields, everyone's going to act like it was Jesus coming back. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, look, so important, so important. But then if it's not inflationary, if it doesn't support the bond narrative, everybody should ignore it as they should. So, oh, I don't have it. Man, I got to get you that chart. I'm very disappointed with people, though. Not any of you guys, unless you go on social media and lie to people. But literally, like yesterday wasn't that bad of an auction. You know, we talked about it on the watch list, but I do think we need to highlight this because I think a lot of people just don't understand auctions and bonds. And then, like I'm saying, you woke up today, the narrative was bond vigilantes, oh my gosh, they pass it. They want this to happen. They want that to happen. But it's like, this is what we were talking about with the Liz Truss stuff. CEP, damn. And then Nike. So those are still going. But yeah. So it was getting weird, man. And everyone's starting to pump this. Like I'm saying, trade uncertainty has dropped down. But now bond uncertainty is on the rise. But long story short, bro, this is what I showed yesterday. My thing is lagging. Yeah, right here. This is the tail. This was yesterday's auction. So literally 3 auctions before was almost exactly the same. This was when everybody was asking me, Josh, why do we care about auctions? Right? But like I'm telling you, I could give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 auctions in the last 4 or 5 years that were worse. In terms of like, this is what I mean. If people are telling you nobody showed up, that's not really true. You know, there's other auctions where the actual demand was not there. And so the real issue with yesterday is that the bonds blew out ahead of the auction and nobody stepped in still. So it was batted by yield, but it wasn't as if nobody showed up. And I've heard a lot of people say that. And I'm like, that's not really true. Oh, but what's true is Bradley Frizzle in the peach is more consistent than every single one of your government officials. Let's go, baby. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? All right, we did it. We did it, Bradley. Good. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Okay. Let's go. Well, should we go look at Boeing? Is now the time? And then Nike's still going up. UNH, Google, Starbucks. Where is Brad? Oh, Bradley Boeing. It's red today. Remember the 207? Oh, yeah. German finance minister. I'm optimistic our support for Ukraine will clear in the commune. You cannot see the S&P 500? What do you mean? This is the S&P 500? Yeah, so get ready. CrowdStrike on the high. These aren't actually the PMIs you want. So the ones that usually come out at the top of the hour. I guess there isn't one. So I guess, yeah, that'll be your only one. All right. Not bad then. But yeah, that'll come out in 2 minutes. I guess I was thinking about the ISM. Zoitis on the high. Watch Boeing. Spy's just chilling if you guys haven't noticed. Are you a member now? It looks like you are. Welcome. NVAC, little pop. All right. UAL and airlines again. And then Palo Alto. What was the other one? Was it Crowd or Snow? Snow. But yeah, Palo Alto, then AT&T, and then UNH. Square is on the high. XYZ. Everybody in the XYZ. MSTRs are trying to climb, but they're still a little whopped. And then Google, man. Google. Oh, I think that's why. That makes a lot of sense. That NVO on the high. Okay, Google and Palo Alto PMIs 52.3 versus 49.9. So not bad. The composite 52.1 versus 50.4. Where's service? Yeah, SIF services beat. They all came in higher. So still kind of low. I'm surprised the bond market's reacting like that, but yeah, they all came in stronger. But then again, that could be the narrative of higher yields. So market might like it. Economy's not too bad, but stronger economy, more inflation. Trump tweet. Hot dog. All right, well, that came out with the data. I don't know if it's reacting to Trump or not, but the data is just strong economic data. Market's not reacting, but like we talked about, anything that could just justify a bond sell-off is going to get legs. No, he hasn't tweeted anything recently, or at least not on Truth. Okay, UNH, Pony. I thought that was NVO. All right, SPY chillin', bonds moved a little bit more. You're going to get a lot of this today, you guys. Like I'm saying, this whole idea, Apple, Tesla, NVIDIA to trade as tokens on Kraken. Wall Street Journal. So you can't trade Kraken, but yeah. So Target's up and Google's still running and UNH. And then Kraken, the crypto brokerage, I don't know what that means. Saying they're tokens on Kraken. You could trade Apple, Tesla, and NVIDIA shares as tokens. So are they securitizing it? What? Apple, Tesla, and NVIDIA to trade as digital tokens on crypto exchange Kraken. It's coming out again. Baidu price target cut. UNH on the high. SPY just chilling. Again, the bonds are going to be highly sensitive. And again, the vigilantes or whatever you want to call it, it's full effect today. Pony's on the high. Zim's going. UNH, bro, 304. Whew. Okay, hold on. I gotta try this. I think I'm on the wrong one, bro. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Ooh, it kept that. Nice. All right. That makes sense. I was like, why wouldn't it? I was on a completely different account. So I was like, dude, this is annoying. Calls, Google. Watch the MSTRs. If those could actually hold up, I think that'll be fascinating. I think they did try to put CZ. Well, something similar. He had some other stuff, but I mean, it is a securitization, which I think is funny. Okay, Pepsi on the low, Google on the high. Dude, Google's like really running. Again, those plays even from yesterday. Very, very good. Okay, whatever Pony is. Who's the other one? I think We Ride. You love me, but the background music is killing your vibe. Why do I care? Why do you... My brother. So, oh my goodness. There's 5,500 people in here. Are you aware of that? So, yeah, man. No one cares. Sorry. Go to where you feel at home. Still very calm. The market hasn't moved. But yeah. Google end phase now. I think end phase is the first energy play. Bro, CEP is nuts. I don't know if you guys see that one. End phase, crowd. The other one's snowflake. I like that. Maybe I could make that play now. And then Futu on the high. China. I actually haven't looked at China at all. Yeah, Bob is down. K-Web down. Why is Futu going up? Very odd. So out of any of the plays in China, the brokerage one's doing good? Ramp. Okay, Cigna on the low. Cigna actually getting some candles here. Humana and UNH kind of bounced. Yeah. But yeah, watch if Cigna goes any lower. Target, there's a lot of volume, but it just has to break out of the range. So yeah, until it gets out below or above the 90 or 96, then yeah, it doesn't, nothing else. FTFT. And dude, I own Q again. All of these quantum plays. Or GTX. And Boeing's just chilling. Bonds are catching a bid. SPY's just, once again, slow melt up. This kind of feels like the morning of yesterday. Even a little better. Yeah, yesterday morning, you had to work a little. This is what I was saying. You were doing good after the little gap down, but you worked your way up a lot quicker than yesterday. But anything related to trade and yields, that's all. That's why I hope the music relaxes you. Because you're going to make a move like that till we get the information. A-Lab again. Damn, those are already jacked. Alright, was TSM on the high? Oh, I'm looking. Core Wiv. Again. Oh, I'm on the wrong window. Yeah, Core Weave getting back up to the high. Bro, though the plays that were out of the money, I'm shocked. I am shocked, my brethren. Okay, Baidu, high ticker, starting to get a little bit more active. It's funny, the SPY's not moving much. Remember, you have more names that are actually down. So, market breadth on Dow and NASDAQ, 50, half green, half red. And then SPY is more names red. But so you're getting a lot of activity on the high ticker, but the index isn't moving. I do think Apple, Microsoft, any of those big tech, I think they're going to have a way bigger impact. So watch out for that googly. Thank you for A-Lab. I got you, bro. That one, dude, if again, any of them, man. If you just noticed the trend early, so GG's if you got it. Like, again, it's software. Software, tech. You are getting a bigger move, but specifically software. Oh, Nibis came back up. So again, that's the ghetto core weave. The Russian core weave. Yeah, energy and utilities is because of the bill. Starmer, a few moments ago, I signed the Chagos Islands deal. Location of Diego Garcia is of the utmost importance to the UK. What is that? What does that fucking mean? I don't even understand that. Oh, the air base? Alright, still a little bit of red. Out of South Korea Fair Trade Commission, they're now investigating Coupang for possible abuse of market dominance. I'm surprised I didn't react. So South Korea, Coupang will get investigated? Is that like Monopoly, like Korean edition? So yeah, watch, see if it moves. Saitama. Whatever that one is, that's on the low. Or was it not Lithium? Lumen. The ones are that Starmer. Trump has welcomed the deal. But yeah, no real reaction on Coupang yet. Keep that on watch. Alright, I need to go to the bathroom. You guys ready for noise? Be careful. So follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. Qubits, I own Q, all the quantum still going. But I will be right back.
Fewer data and audiences. The company, which counts Ryan Reynolds among its executives and is backed by BlackRock, Qualcomm Ventures, and Greycroft, among others, raising more than $187 million after being Mountain in the future.
Well, I think the streaming is doing very well, obviously. I mean, more people watch TV a day than use social media, and they do so for a lot longer, 3 hours a day on average. And so that growth and that dominance, kind of in how people consume entertainment, it definitely benefits Mountain. We bring all that to the SMB market, small and mid-sized advertisers who have been cut off from TV before, now access television and find their next customer via the Mountain platform. And that's 96% of our customers have never advertised on TV before.
So the small and medium-sized businesses now have, creative access, technological access to get onto streaming?
Yeah, so they have a whole platform. Think of it as like they have for search, Google AdWords, for social meta ad platform, for TV, Mountain Performance TV. They come onto the platform, we find their customers using data, and then we give them the tools and marketplace of creators to create their first TV commercial and their live.
What's a good example of just how granular you can get on a customer and the characteristics of a customer you want to reach?
Well, that's actually what you need to find. So if you're T-Mobile, basically every person in America could be a potential customer. But if you're a company looking for your next 1,000 customer, one of my favorite brands is One Wheel. They sell single wheel skateboard. Everyone looks at that and thinks that looks exciting, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. Finding that customer is a lot harder. That's someone who maybe buys a surfboard. They are reading up on adventure trips and things like that. And so we use data to identify their behavior, and then we use the ad to present the brand on the big screen, 65 inches, on the wall in your living room, 30 seconds uninterrupted time, and it brings that brand to the scale of some of the largest global brands.
And yours is a subscription model?
No, our revenue model is they put their budgets in our platform just like they might AdWords, and a percentage of that budget pays for all of the data, all of the capabilities that we provide.
So does your growth rate equate to the growth in ad-supported streaming?
Our growth rate more correlates to the growth in e-commerce. And ad-supported streaming provides that supply. We have partnerships with virtually every streaming network in America. I mean, major companies, Disney, HBO Max, Paramount, NBC Universal. We have essentially become their SMB channel, the growth channel for the entire TV industry, bringing new customers into it every day. We had 1,000 new customers in Q1. That's accelerating. We grew 47% year over year in Q1. And faster than the industry. And so everyone's excited. The brands These small, mid-sized businesses are excited to use television, and then the industry is excited because literally every day the whole industry is getting new customers.
Thank you. New customers.
So how do you look?
All right. Well. You did go down a little on the bathroom break. And then I see some pharma. Remember the other day that was on fire. But yeah, man, it's kind of like the first part of yesterday until we had the bond auction. But all I care about is yields and trade. And I hope the music relaxes you because you got to be patient. But pay attention, software. And then drugs are starting to go back up right now. Like I'm saying, some of them one at a time. Did I chuckle when he said streaming was popular? No, I wasn't really listening. I tuned him out. I was going pee. I got a protein. That's it. It's good, man. Oh, Ups is on the high. Any other country auctions to see if it's a global storyline? I don't think they matter as much, but I'll give you what you're looking for. Look for their data. So like other country, their auctions don't they don't get, we don't even care about our auctions until recently. That's the funny part. But look for the data, hard data and soft data in other countries, because that's what happened with the United Kingdom yesterday. Because especially the places in the European Union and the EU and just Europe that have already cut rates, these guys are literally cutting rates, and now their inflation is going back up. That's going to rocket up their bond yields. And that's pretty much what we're seeing outside of America. And, Japan is the only other auction. And nobody really cared about Japan until their auctions until nobody showed up yesterday. But like I'm saying, I think the error is that Japan had a failed auction practically. And then our auction yesterday came right after, but it wasn't a failure. But it felt people got panicked because of that. So Japan only got attention on their auction because it actually it was almost a virtual failure. So that would be the only other country I would watch. Every other country, I just watch their data and their economy and their deficits and see where that leads to. But that's the thing. I'm going to keep going on this topic. I think it's fascinating. Everybody's debt around the world is pretty bad. And you're watching the rates go up, and now we're talking about it. But, come on. Is any of this new? That's why the only new thing is Germany starting to do it. Yo, Pony AI. What's this? This thing's going nuts. That had a pop and lock, and then whoop. A solution is just not spending. I mean, that's it. Sadly, the solution is a recession. The solution is a real big austerity to cut back spending. But like I'm saying, everybody already knew where we were headed. That's why it's just funny that everybody is oh my gosh, we care about it now. So I think you should care. I think it's important. I'm not saying it's not a big deal, but all of a sudden, you have these debt loads already. It's just now people are choosing to sell off bonds and act like they're on a strike. But, the situation wasn't much different a couple months ago. Are you going to get banned if I ask you to turn off the weird background noise? I mean, do you want me to ban you? But yeah, what I prefer is just be calm, and I don't like noise. So I like the noise in the background, but if you guys could chill out on the noise in the chat, just keep it information. If you don't like anything, I respectfully ask that you go somewhere else. And that's it. Yeah, Baidu and Pinduoduo. China. What was that on the low? TXN is flushing, actually. So you're getting 3-4 big candles on TXN. Then Pinduoduo and Baidu starting to run. They report. See, all the little Bitcoin scam stocks are going up. Well, I turned on the background music yesterday because people were getting really like noisy. Again, comments weren't really focused, people overreacting, all of it. And then I turned on the music and a lot of people chilled out. So just listen and relax. And like I'm saying, if you want to engage with a lot of noise, there's a lot of places you could find. But I think you should get used to being patient. And that's it. Oh, let me try this actually. All right, you're hitting VWAP, JG, and a couple other. I need to reset this, bro. I can't trade on my E-Trade until this is fixed. I don't provide. I provide long-term plays. That's the number one thing. If you, we have something very private and it's not available for the public for options, because I think options is gambling, but I have a lot of long-term plays and I will post them when I do them and I will tell you. So if you like a long-term portfolio, you like Meta at $90, you're going to love me. Anything else, just if you might not. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if this works, bro. I gotta reset. Oh, it's been, dude, long term, amazing. Big fans. I could post you long term plays. Anything else? Not my job. Alright. Let's see if this works. Dude, those core weaves are disgusting. Oh, man. All right. No, you still have VWAP. Again, TXN, whatever that is, that thing's dying. And then Boeing now on the high. All right, let's see if it works. No, come on. Yeah. This thing's tweaking, bro. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm fucked, bro. Oh, what? It just doesn't work through the option chain. That is so weird. Yeah, I'm going to call them, but it's just glitching. I'm using a different setup. See, I don't know. I'll tell you guys. Are you ready? Have you noticed? NXPI big red. Spot coming down. Yeah, NXPI, it was dropping earlier, but that is big. Down by 2.4. hour of music is enjoyable, but 7 hours drives you nuts. I feel the same way about your comments. Amen. Amen. So unfortunately, I need it, you guys. Thank you. It's for me now. It's not for you. Yesterday, it was for you. You guys needed it yesterday. Now, about 30 minutes in, I'm like, oh my, now this is just for me, okay? This isn't for you anymore. It's for me. Yeah. Because I have to hear, I'm on my milk. I'm on my, that's what. Come at the milk. Why you do that? That's what. About that. So yeah, I need to relax. Thank you. Okay, you already, just like yesterday, this isn't as bad yet, but there's no headlines off of it. Again, you did get a little bit of data, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, bro. So I gotta call them, but they nerfed me. I can't trade off my option chain. I could trade off of the fucking order, form. That works. But nothing else. It just glitched. But I didn't tell you guys. Are you ready? Do you guys know I'm not... can you tell? I think you could tell in the morning. But I'm not at home right now. Do you guys know that? I am in a different location. That's why it was a little quieter. Alright, Cigna on the low. Again, NXPI, they were just selling. The music makes you transcend location. Amen. Four-day, maybe. I'm already chilling, unless I take off tomorrow. I think I'll be live tomorrow, but we'll see. Let's see how many questions I get today that get repeated. That'll determine if I'm here tomorrow. Okay, Tesla's breaking out. It might. It's up there at the high. Bro, CEP, CoreWeave, again, any of these little Bitcoin plays. I like the Microsoft, bro. And then a lot of small caps. Again, I just see Pony, Qubits, Ion, Q, fucking GME. They're all, and then financials on the low, and then Elevance, Cigna dropping. Elevance is the next one out of the healthcare companies. Then utilities on the low. China Vice Premier He Lifeng met with JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon in Beijing. Jamie want China bank. AAP on the high. That one's still going. Again, all those plays are up like 3,000%. Oh, fat drop. Decent, I guess. I mean, I haven't looked at. Yeah, so literally STX is up 4. Now you got WDC moving. They're like similar but different. But yeah, I can't. I mean, I literally cannot trade these unless I gotta like force it. But chill. Are meme stocks back? No, I just think random hype industries like Bitcoin, like CEP, Bitcoin. Anything with AI, who else? The quantum plays. That's like your new meme stock, pretty much. What was the other one? Pony. Pony's ripping. Ion Q's up 20. Yeah, bro. Some of these small cap runners are just insane. Meanwhile, everyone's like, oh, yes, oh. Yeah, this is a good tag on this. World into a high yield crisis with this shit. It makes no sense. Like Moody's, I get it. You thought you were hurting Donald Trump, but you just fucked up all of global credit. Intel headline. Lose GPU. But yeah, so that is going to be the next theme. If the last 3 months was all about trade uncertainty, I think the next couple months will be bond and interest rate uncertainty. All right, you're still at VWAP. Like I said, if we could go up a little bit more, something's developing, but you had a couple of headlines from Iran, Witkoff, Russia, and then even Mexico, and some other positive developments, but nothing breaking when it's all said and done. It's been a couple of hours, and we're just moving around to stay at the same, at literally right where you open. Hi. KDOY. Is coin on the low? It's still up. So again, all Bitcoin did was gap up all throughout the night, and then right when the market opened, it just meandered. So yeah, I'd look for Bitcoin opens and closes in the morning and then the evening. STX was good. All right, and then I'm gonna go to the restroom. We have 30 minutes till Euro close. God bless America. Here's some noise. For those of you who don't like the music,
but some estimates put the cost at over $3 trillion. And that's the reason that you saw a couple of Republicans oppose this bill, including Warren Davidson of Ohio. He was one of the 2 lawmakers to vote against the measure. And he tweeted out before the vote that while I love many things in the bill, promising someone else will cut spending in the future does not cut spending. Deficits do matter, and this bill grows them now. Many of the same dynamics that we've watched over the last bit in the House could also cause tension in the Senate. You have, again, a number of more moderate senators there who are seeking to really protect Medicaid, protect SNAP. And at the same point, you have a number of senators who say the debt is a current problem and that there have to be really strict cuts within this piece of legislation. The thought right now is to give the Senate the month of June to come up with their version of the bill, and then for the House and Senate to get together and come to an agreement. Speaker Johnson says July 4th, the president says July 4th, but honestly, the true drop-dead deadline is going to be whenever the debt ceiling comes due, whenever that X date is, because remember, this bill also lifts the debt limit, and that absolutely has to be done. Carl?
Emily, appreciate that. Great work all night and early this morning. Emily Wilkins in D.C. As far as sectors go, solar stocks definitely taking it on the chin this morning as fears grow that the tax bill will be worse than feared for clean energy. Analysts at Guggenheim say the bill will be, quote, disastrous for the rooftop solar industry.
And losses this morning. Joining us here at Post 9, Neuberger Berman Private Wealth Managing Director Holly Newman-Croft. It's great to have you. And as far as bond market goes, what sort of signals are you guys picking up that might be relevant for investors in all assets?
You know, it's interesting. We've been talking together all year about market volatility, and we've been talking it specifically in the equity markets.
It's doing good. It's not turning into anything news.
And the cause of the volatility is the same for both markets. It's uncertainty.
We love it.
So what I found interesting after the close yesterday is, can you believe the S&P is flat year to date? I mean, it doesn't really feel like it's been a flat equity market to me year to date. We've been whiplashed and change-sawed and roller coastered.
Dude, do you know what I realized, though?
And we're seeing that play out now in the bond market.
It's kind of a trip.
Specifically around the tax bill, right? Uncertainty.
Like, there's a couple, like, I would argue it's a couple thousand of you.
Overnight session, the bill.
But, like, some of you watch, like, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then some of you are Tuesday, Thursday. Because there's just a huge gap. Because you could just tell, like, when the people are like, what's the music? I'm like, so you weren't here at all yesterday. Again, even on the Twitch, I could tell who watches. A lot of you don't watch shit. That's what I realized. And then even the people with the plays, I'm like, man, you ain't been here in like a month. He just came here to pump a McDonald's. So, yeah, it's kind of fascinating. I mean, there's just a lot of people. So, yeah, man. But good morning. Yeah. Yeah, I think the watch list the day before. Because again, we were just literally the watch list title was failed bond auction. So yeah, it's interesting though. Like I'm telling you, I don't have the chart on this computer. But I showed you that chart yesterday of the uncertainty. Like I'm telling you, the next few months, the last 3-4 months was all about trade and global uncertainty, right? I think the next couple months now is going to be about bonds, budgets, and yields. And now global, though, that's the thing, is that if it goes global, it's going to start getting a little bit out of hand. So we'll see, but it's... IHONQ again. Even RKLB. So yeah, and then Google's still up. Your boy is still ripping. Mr. CoreWeave. TSM at the high. CoreWeave came down, but still 112 is insanity. I think the tariff deals, we'll see, but I think everyone's going to figure that out. But now it's the bond stuff. Just like I'm saying, I think some people are... All of the stuff that doesn't make sense, doesn't make sense. So again, like we were talking about this whole time, where is Elizabeth Warren? How come we're not cutting rates anymore, Elizabeth? Where are you? Has anybody seen Elizabeth? All I saw her do was go on a podcast and giggle about how they knew Joe Biden was dumb. Okay, I don't know where Elizabeth been at, but come on, where are the rate cuts? So think about that. Everything that was insane is still there. That's why when all of the literally European spending money, they're the ones that caused the inflation in the beginning of the year. I told you this in advance. And then they spend the money, they do this, and then they all cut rates while we stop now out of nowhere after starting before the election. And then everybody cuts rates, right? And now all their inflation is going up, and now their bond yields are higher than the United States. What? So that's what I mean. All the fucking shit that you were scratching your head about, it might end up having a consequence down the line. And that's where it's kind of like, that's what I think we're seeing right now. Literally, that chart I just showed you, if you think our yields are bad, go look at the United Kingdom. Go look at Japan. And now United Kingdom, they were cutting rates already. So they were cutting rates already, lowered their rates more than we did. And now their inflation is coming back up. Well, ours isn't. But then now their yields are going higher. So like I'm saying, it's just, the shitty part is that this might start to... The trade stuff was all Donald Trump in the United States, right? And it was our problem that we caused. Now this is kind of our problem is becoming their problem, and then they did other things, and then they added to it, and now we're still doing another thing, and now it's just getting weird. But literally just bond yields, bond yield, it all comes back to bonds. In the background, U.S. Senate votes to block landmark plan to end the sale of gasoline vehicles in California. Williams-Sonoma, that's the third time I saw that. Yeah, it's curling up. Still down. Do you think Powell did a good job? I don't know. I think, when you look at it now, maybe... CoreWeave, big candle. It's coming down a little bit. This is what we wait to. You try to take the teachings and pass it on to others in your life. Don't. That's where I see people fail. They try to give it to somebody else before they got it themselves. And that's why you'll spend your whole time, and then you'll get mad, and then you'll get frustrated. So, yeah. That's why I've been trying to tell y'all, man, just focus on what you need to do. and take the tablets and bring them to real life. You know, like for real. I can't stress it enough. There's and do. And that's why it's like, believe me, you know how many people I tried to get on board of my friends I grew up with and all of that. But there is, again, you'll slow yourself down. But get it. Once you have it effectively, it will be much easier to give. But be careful. App. Bleh, 50. I remember that one, man. It's crazy. But that's a good, at least they got a recovery. Tesla, SPY, dude, I own Qubits. All right, that's getting a little bigger. Again, all the small caps. A couple of other mid-cap tech plays. Again, Shopify. You have pretty much all software, cyber names going. And then again, the quantum. Those candles getting big, so this is setting up nice. Like we said, with gold still down, I mean, it doesn't feel like yesterday. Until we get a yield freak out, most of the trade details from Germany to Mexico to Iran today, they've all came in good. And then Bitcoin's climbing back up. So yeah, it's not nothing negative has materialized. Again, maybe no news is good news, but you've had little things and then that's it. You don't like the level. You'll be here for a while though. That's what I'm saying. This 6,000 to 5,400. You should be prepared. You need to have a way to survive this range if we stay here for a while. And then again, if it breaks out higher or lower, usually something is happening. Oh, Tessie. Okay, bonds are catching a bid. That could be good. I love the relaxing stuff too, but I'll tell you, you hear the relaxing music. If you are not, don't be too relaxed where you're just talking bullshit in the chat right now. Okay? I hope that you are relaxed and paying attention and locked in. Otherwise, go take a nap. And that'd be the best way. So either enjoy the presence and be where you are right now fully. You know, even your mindset, your speech, everything. Otherwise, go take a lap. Go take a nap. That's the beauty of this music. I think it's very relaxing, but I'm ready, bro. That's it. We need to wait for something good. Snowflake, though, that was the one I wanted. I think those went up. I put out a play idea. Yeah. Oh, a little bit. No, yeah, if you got them at the 20. Yeah, all of the nuclear, CCJ, Oklo, literally all kind of in tandem with like IonQ and all that. JP Morgan now. Remember, we had a test headline there with JP Morgan in China. The 2 trillion, I think it's more, bro. I think it's 7 trillion. It's due at the end of the year. Or throughout like August, May, August, and then I think October are the maturities. But yeah, we owe a shit ton of money, the government, and sadly they're going to have to sell a bunch of bonds to pay it. So all of the bonds, all the 10-year bonds from 2015 mature this year. And then all the 30-year bonds from like 1995, they all matured now too. So yeah, that's why it's like that means not only has the government been paying the interest on the notes, it now has to give you back all of the principal that they borrowed. Yeah, guess what? We already spent the money. So now we have to sell more. That's what I was trying to say. Somebody brought up an excellent point yesterday because I don't have it on this computer. I was talking about the bill and I was showing you like a more like accurate. But do you realize like one of the bigger things, it's for a tax cut. So everybody gets the benefit off of that. And then somebody in the chat was like, wait a minute. So taking less money from citizens means you're spending? That's considered spending if they take less money from you because they have already committed and spent all of the other fucking money from your other taxes and future taxes. You just get what I'm saying? They've pretty much spent on the implication that you'll be taxed forever at a high rate. Have more than one account. I think you just got stuck into the black hole. It happened to me. Even on like E-Trade, I try to make another one of the accounts, they black holed me. So like if you make a new brokerage and like if you run into issues and like do you have any other account that's flagged anywhere, or did you try to submit multiple stuff? Or did they ask you for your social security card yet? Like the physical one? But yeah, you could get black holed. I've had that happen. Or you just like get in the middle of like making a new account and then they'll like ask you to verify. And then before you know it, it's a black hole. So I would just see if you could cancel it and maybe just try to make a new account, or tell them you're going to file a FINRA complaint. Or not FINRA. Who is it? Fuck. That's who I did. I did a complaint, bro. They fixed my shit in 12 hours. Oh, is it FINRA or am I thinking of someone else? I think it is FINRA. You could call them, but if they're weird, no. Like, is it FDIC? And no, I think FINRA. Just because, again, they have a certain, there is a law on transfers. So, I think it's FINRA. Check the law. No, there's literally a law. Because if you are a financial brokerage, there's like a 3-day or a 5-day limit between initiating and confirming, and then they have to return it. So if they violate that, they're doing a violation. So let them know. Go double check I did this. I already did this. That's why. And they were being really weird with me. And then all I did was break out the FINRA law, and I had all my money back in 12 hours. Monthly buying, how often are you buying? It all depends. As of late, I haven't been buying a lot because there's not too many deals. We bought the good deals when they were low. So you could buy whenever. You could buy multiple times a month. You could wait 5 months and then buy. But the idea is to just constantly save, grow, and put it in stuff you're going to hold for 10 years. And at good prices. All right, we're tripping out right now. So look, bonds just went green, big homie. So look at TLT's rocketing and SPY's coming down now. Watch any other fear indicator just in case. Because I don't know if it'll be people running to bonds for fear. That element kind of disappeared. So yeah, but watch. A little bit of a bigger red. Google Raul. And then bonds back into the green on the long end. Google has no ownership stake, says happy to answer questions. Oh, that's a dud. A dud, bro. No, that's a dud. Google's just being a witness. What's wrong with Pepsi here? The only thing wrong with Pepsi here is that you have failed to watch any of my content in the last 5 days to 2 weeks. That's the only thing wrong. But otherwise, I like Pepsi. I've said that many times. AAP still. But yeah, they're just scrutinizing a deal. Civil probe, early stages, not accused of wrongdoing. Yes, Euro close in the books. The Bibsy. Dr. Bibsy, he don't know Bibsy. He say, Joshua, do you like I like a Bibsy, Dr. Bibsy, a mountain Bibsy, every Bibsy, Habibi. That's what do you mean? It's a Bibsy. Everybody know a Bibsy cola. Why, you don't like Bibsy? And Baba John? You know Baba John? Where is Baba John? Pizza. Is there background music playing? No. You might just be in a state of zen. So good for you. Very proud. Oh, Jake from State Farm. What up, baby? Good morning. Turn, bro. Elo today, too. But I don't know. Can I rant about the long term? Because I'm telling you guys, you have no idea. I am telling you, bro. The world is going to change. Big. And I already see it. And I'm talking about the financial world. I'm telling you, the amount I think your long term is going to be so rare in the future. I think it's a dying breed. And people don't realize things till it's too late. And I think a lot of the other generations, even the big guys, watch. I think a lot of big guys on Wall Street will not be here in the future. And that's why I'm saying, those of you who could just adequately not be a crackhead and just save and grow and stick to the tablets, bro. That's it, man. Just stick with it, little by little. Calm down and chill out. You don't need to be as crazy vibe if you just little by little by little. Oh, man. But yeah, it's not just the world keeps pushing in that direction, man. I think every year there's less long-term holders. You know, people only hold if it's through a 401k. Most of them go buy VU. I'm telling you, it's very fascinating. So yeah, but like individual equity stock owners who hold for a minimum of 10 years, my brother, we're gonna be the new Masons. Y'all thought Freemason, you think we gonna be the new Illuminati? You know that? Just because we were the only ones who held equity. Oh, you don't feel me, bro. You know that? They don't feel me, dog. I'm trying to put them on. Than a put. I don't know if I think at this point though, like I said yesterday on the watch list, nothing has changed. So if you didn't let the emotions get the best of you in the last couple of weeks, this is exactly the setup of a bear market rally. Ta-da! But like we said, the only thing from now on, like if we really are going to break out of the range, something big has to happen. So it could be, if Powell cuts rates, it's going to be a black swan at this point. It's going to be because global bond yields are going to break. And that's kind of setting up now. So if we walk back from the cliff, nothing to worry about. But I don't think you'll get a rate cut unless there is truly like an issue. EU Dombrovik, there was a suggestion to lower oil price cap to $50 a barrel on EU price sanctions on Russia. Is China moving yet? Google's still holding. Yeah, I think China's starting to curl up a little. There was no more news with NVTS. That's what they all do. So, like, when I look at the volume scanner, these names that get, like, a ton of volume and, like, a big breakout move, like this thing went up 200%, they move, and then the whole next day they just trade the volume, but then it, like, stays pinned. And then you got to wait for the next one. But, yeah, if there's no news, they don't really have follow-through. But yeah, this was just an NVIDIA partner. We killed it yesterday. After hours. If Powell cuts, we probably would tank. People would like it for a little bit, but then there's a chance rates might go up if people are really panicking. I know, that's what they talked about this morning. But also, just in general, you know, the first rate cut would really mean, at this point, probably mean that they see something with the economy. That means the hard data is probably slowing. But given what Powell said, how he's behaved, I don't think he's going to cut until the hard data already is down. We did a random double-blind study with the online stock chat room, and we found that most participants were calmer, made less FOMO plays, were more focused on the topic at hand, and did not get easily influenced by news, information, or others. So, after said double-blind study, you were part of it, you didn't realize it, we decided to keep this going. I like it a lot. Oh, NVO came up a little. Myrna still too. $340 red. So yeah, it's back to the same composition that we were at in the morning. Because again, it got a little worse. What is this? Dombrovik G7 trade discussion focused on economic implication of tariff and economic fragmentation. Google's going up or down? Yeah, it's back up. I think that DOJ headline was BS. That's love, baby. Arquite pop 30 cents. Kind of decent. Or 12 cents. That's like 1.8. Ball on the low. Big flush. Ball Corp. So they're going down. Arquite popping. Apple into the highs. High ticker is almost fully gassed. Again, Arquite. They're getting EU headlines. And then again, it's the highest we've been in the last like hour or two. Getting back to the earlier highs. I think you're above 58.50. Yeah, you're 5 points above. So again, next point I think is like 76 is a soft point, but it's really like 87 to 90. This is where you want to get back to. And then if you do that, you're at 59. Otherwise, still 5,800 flat. That's kind of what we're waiting for. If Baidu drops, would I add more? Yeah, I would have to go down a lot. If it was like only like 5-10%, you know, bonds pay 5-10%. We're not gonna risk for that. But if it ever dropped like 30-40%, I could consider more of it. But I do. You are correct. We got to be mindful of not overexposing to China. I do like Arquite. Well, we're gonna, if you have Redfin, your Redfin shares are gonna turn into Arquite. So you should sell them out now if you don't want it. But so I'm cool with holding them. I like Arquite. I agree with Andrew Left. I think that Arquite is quietly building a real estate powerhouse. So it's kind of nuts. My thoughts on CoreWeave, I don't really think about them. I've flipped the trades. I told you right away, it reminded me of ARM, and we made 4,000% on it, but I don't really think of it beyond a momentum new IPO. Yeah, Arquite, we're talking about it because it just did pop. And again, Ball is flushing and Apple is trying to do it. Arquite, they own Rocket Mortgage. They own Quicken. It's the spinoff of Quicken. So it's already one of the biggest real estate companies. Then they bought Redfin. And then they bought a bunch of other little like real estate service providers and loan wholesalers and funders. So you put in the consumer arm of Rocket Mortgage, the back legacy of fucking Quicken, and then now you own Redfin. Dude, that is and then you buy the little tech in between. They're gonna own it all, bro. And I know the Quicken guy there, he's a fucking savage. So it tracks. This guy, it tracks. Again, Quicken was a monopoly to a degree, if you really look back at it. So I think they're trying to do the same thing. The only competition is UWMC, and homie is fucking buying the Suns and levering to the tits. So I don't know. I just think I think it's powerful, bro. I think it's powerful. You get to write something on your culture board. You want to put something culty. I put "to God be the glory." I mean, finger to the sky. Save 10%. Get it long term. But and what you feel. You know, I think you've had a great impact on this community, and your journey already has been amazing, Usha. So I don't know. I think the right words will come. I think if anybody would say it correctly, it would be you. Amen. Hey, that's hype. Are you nervous? You gotta do public speaking? Dombrovski, FDA approved Roche Genentech Susvimo for diabetic retinopathy. X on the high. Yeah, X United still going. Oh, you don't have to do it, then you're good. You think Citron listens to Cult Stream? I mean, that's kind of the going conspiracy, is that everybody listens to the stream, but so yeah, I don't know, maybe not. Either way, get a long term. The auction, I mean, auctions, if everybody's worried about rates, they'll matter. In general, I don't think they matter, but it doesn't matter what I think. It's just, again, crackheads, fear, narrative, panic, that's all. So again, I have my own ideas. Like yesterday, I didn't think that was supposed to happen. It doesn't matter. Like I'm saying, it caused panic. And if enough people, they push the narrative, you get the news behind it, you're going to get that. So I don't think any of these bond auctions matter. Like I'm saying, it'll matter the day that it actually fails, but you have everybody willing to tell you that it was a failure, even if it wasn't. So point is, if it causes panic, that could be a catalyst that causes panic. I would pay attention. Does it have fundamental importance? I would say not really, not now. I think there's other broader stuff. And, you know, like we said, most of the time, everybody just ignored the thing. Yeah, and today is a tips auction, so it's a whole different, like, analysis. Hey Josh, I've been here since 2019. I never left since day one, and I listened and got a long term. Thought I'd switch here. Thank you, bro. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Woo! My brother, you are a Y and you got that. Amen. That's really funny. Hey Josh, I listened to you and you were right, and then I didn't change my mind and sell, and I have been paying attention. That is a different vibe, a whole different vibe. Well, thank you. I like it. Enphase Solar California. I see DeGuendo's headlines. Again, all the solar plays, they got clapped because of the bill. And, like, how much money was, they're all going to get, like, some of their grants and tax credits cut. Been subscribed in 2018 or so. Long term now, 33. Got a house. I now want a rental, but you want 100 acres first. Wow. It's a lot of acreage. Why not 10? I just realized how much 3 acres is. I like UWMC. They're the only competition in that space. It's still good. I don't like Matt Ishaba. I think he's kind of sketchy. I've been saying that. And right now, I would avoid UWMC for a little bit. Not only because bond yields are high, but like I said earlier, homeboy is levered to the tits. So, like, if there was a credit event, I think UWMC would be in trouble. If there's no credit event, they just have bad debt management, which is manageable, as ironic as that sounds. But other than that, if there is like a debt or a credit crisis, I think UWMC is at risk. Yeah, you have the OPEC headlines. What time is it? It's only 9 o'clock, boys. Still early. Owning a condo is not bad, as long as you get it at a good price. And then just be careful of like older condos. They will have higher HOAs, or the more likely it'll need repairs. Condos are harder to cash flow on. It's beautiful. CVS pill pack founder, Amazon colleagues launched General Medicine, one-stop shop for medical care. No, Mark Cuban is in shambles. EA on the low. And then lemonade. All right. Well, people really want to get squeezy. See if that one goes. Long term is, I answered this for you yesterday. I'm just going to, and you hold them for a minimum of 10 years without selling. That is a long term. So that's why this account right here, I put $500 in it when I started this YouTube channel. A little bit after starting the YouTube channel. And then we put $500 in the account, and then I would deposit $200 to $300 a month. And then we would just keep it in here. So look, you see that 2019? I would buy one share, and I haven't sold it yet. And you buy another share. And then little by little, throughout every day, every year. And you hold it for 10 years. And yeah, that's it. And then you turn it into a house. And then you said you're 20 years old, right? So if you do this for 5-10 years, this will be your down payment. If not, it may, maybe you're lucky and it pays for the whole house. But yeah. It's so simple, it's complicated. It is. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's so simple. That's why, and like the world has so much noise. That's why I'm telling you. I do options. I think I'm great at options. I love it, but you're not going to see that here. I'm only going to show you long term. That's it. I'm not going to let you guys add noise and confuse it. Because I could go call out and predict everything that's going to happen. You'll judge me and you'll misrepresent me off of one trade. Fine. Only long term. And like I'm saying, people will ask, this is such a simple thing, and they will ask their way into confusion and find a way to make it confusing. So that's what I'm saying. All you're going to see here is just long term. And I'm going to make it so simple. And the beauty is that it works. The beauty is that it worked for everybody, even in our worst. Like I'm saying, even at the worst execution, bare minimum, it still worked out. But yeah, that's why I'm telling you guys, you better pay attention, because I do believe down the line this is going to disappear. I'm telling you, people can't, little by little, it's going to slip away from culture. So think about that. The simple, if people have trouble with it now, what do you think's gonna happen when AI starts lying to them? What do you think's gonna happen with Bitcoin? And then everybody, dude, it's already getting abandoned. And then by the time you want to get back in after abandoning it, you're like, it's too much. And then that cycle continues. It's crazy. You own 3 properties now? I saw what you said with Barbados. That's crazy, bro. It's good, though. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, dude, it's now, I hope you see, like, bro, the parlay between real estate and stocks, man. This is how you grow wealth. And I'm telling you, some of you, regardless of where you started at, the knowledge of this and execution, again, it took my little Middle Eastern family far, so I love to see y'all doing it too, but that's the way. I don't own any overseas property, no. I've done deals and like partnerships, but I was the money guy. I don't really own any property overseas. Tips is not relevant, no. I didn't learn it in public school either. All right, you're getting a little bit more of a popular. Do you know the ticker UNH? Does anybody? Do you know what have you heard of this? Are you familiar? Oh, rings a bell? Good. Okay, perfect. So yeah, here's the deal. This is why, bro, all of the noise, all of the people being annoying, fuck them. They hate you. And honestly, I don't even know if they're doing that good. That's the funniest part. But I don't hate this company, you guys. I was getting bothered with how, like I'm telling you, people were ignoring and they were not being wise nor diligent, and they were too quick to part with their money. And they were not understanding the situation. So I don't hate this company. It's literally the #1 healthcare company in the United States. The most employees, highest amount of sales, and by fundamentals, it is the cheapest PE ratio to this level of sales that you could buy in the industry. So do you get what I'm saying? I hope you don't get confused by the idiots, and I'm trying to warn you and explain how it's going to fluctuate rapidly. Doesn't mean I don't like the stock, but I need you to understand the warning. Do you get what I'm saying? I might buy this. I might put it in the long term. I'm not against it. But do you understand what I'm telling you? I've been warning you guys about what to expect, how it's going to play out, the timing, all of that. So don't let the noise mislead you into both what you think I think about it and how other people think about it. But I do want you to be aware of of what's going on so you can make an informed decision. And so that you can make a decision that you, before you part with your money, before you're giving your money and committing for 10 years, you got to really think about this stuff. So yeah, but I hope that clears it up too, because whenever this thing bounces, I know you're like, Josh, you hate it in the industry and it's at a 50% discount. I just know though, again, if there's an issue, it could get worse. It could get even worse, or you have to clear up that issue for it to get better, and that could still take at least a year. So that's the reality, and that is an objective view of it. And anything else, that's all emotions and do your thing. But I hope that clears it up, and that's where I'm saying you guys got to think for yourself, but stop settling at these, like, you got to be diligent and you got to take into account all the stuff. And like I'm saying, don't be impulsive. You're making a decision for 10 years minimum. So you really have to think about it beforehand, not after. That's where most people fail. Is that not what goes on in the long term? You get caught up in the moment and then you buy impulsively and then you do not reevaluate or think about it till afterwards. You don't remember that? Is that what happened? You're like, oh, why did I buy this? You're like, oh, I don't want it. Oh, it changed. Oh, yeah, what changed? The price went down. That's it. The momentum went down. That's it. That's all that changed, but you didn't think about that ahead. You were thinking about something else. And that's where people get into the buy high, sell low, buy high, because they don't think in advance. So you got to make a plan in advance and think about it and stick with it. Okay, you're going up. All right, and bonds, bro. Low-key, bonds have been ripping all day. Though, I cut out again. I don't know why it does that, though. The new mic just turns off. Morgan Stanley thinks that the lows for the year are in and stands by their target. Okay. That's the first Wall Street pump I've seen. So Morgan Stanley is saying they're with it. They think lows are in. Literally, that's the first big bank that said anything about like that. They only pivot when they have to. Interesting. Okay, bonds, bro. All day, bonds are the real winner. I mean, even though yesterday they were the loser, but I hope you see it. Intraday, cash open, that's it. Yeah, bro, pizza is up and the contracts are going up. That's the crazy part. But I think it's a new high. Yeah, isn't it? Pizza might be breaking out. Oh, no, we hit 42.82. But yeah, this is the breakout. Anything above 43, 44 on pizza, we could be looking at the 50s. But if not, that's it. But then again, this thing was up yesterday. It's a weird mix of discretionary and staple. But pizza. I'm a big fan. It's 40% since the long term. I think so, give or take. Your only regret is you didn't buy more. But I would not buy more now. That's it. So I hope you know that. Like, you know, that's why I tell you guys, don't buy the plays that we're up on. Because, like, I love pizza. I really do. I think I saw it at the beginning of the year. I talked about it. We waited and bought the bottom, but that $30, bro, that's where you want it. But I don't want to pay 30% higher. Fuck that. Trump and Xi have not spoken since Geneva Agreement. Yeah, it's 9:13. SPY near the high. Yeah, we haven't had our. You did hear from Mexico, Germany, and other little like breadcrumbs, but nothing. Again, nothing moving. Pfizer, I like Pfizer, so I'd watch. Start with the top 10, man. Like, for real. Because don't use this opportunity where things are getting clapped and it's like, dude, it's historic. But do not go and be like, oh, I'm going to find the next big thing right now. No, please don't do that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why UNH is attractive, because it's a big name. Hopefully it isn't real fraud, but you want to start with the top 10 on all of them. Anytime you're like, oh, I want to buy this industry, you want to think the biggest and the best. You know what I'm saying? So don't think like healthcare. I wouldn't be thinking MPW. I would be thinking UNH, Humana, Oscar Health, anybody in that top 10, the biotechs, J&J, Merck, Pfizer, big ass companies. That's what we want. These guys are the ones who own America already. That's why you want your piece of it. So if you got an opportunity once in 5, 10, 15, 20 years and things are down, don't go. It's just like Bitcoin. Don't go buy the fucking shit coins. Go buy the Bitcoin. So start with the top 10, but don't be looking for the next big healthcare. No. Top 10 while they're cheap and while they're discounted. I don't know. Real estate questions, if you guys can wait. If you could wait off like an hour or two after Philo, we could go like in depth if you want. Seen a lot. Core weave volume. I could do that too if you guys need any volume checks. Core Weave is going to be highest volume of the week. Is project NEM below 10-day volume projected. There is some correlation, and then these days where, like I'm saying, this week the volume helped because it wasn't like the other weeks where everything wouldn't work. It's very choosy. So like there's been some runners. Again, I hit Google, we hit Core Weave, we had some other nice ones, and it's like they're there, but the money is very concentrated. So I'm just looking where liquidity's going, and then something like an IPO is way easier to read volume in terms of supply and demand. There's also something called turnover. So I even have I could even monitor turnover. Like, let me show you an example. Yeah, that's crazy. So like Qubits, I'm pretty sure. Qubits is turned over, I think, 4 times its float. Yeah, literally. So the whole entire float theoretically has changed hands 4 times today. So that's a 4.2, 4.8. AAP, that's already traded 2.5 times. So literally, like, you're trading more than, like, you essentially could have had everybody get out and then get back in at a whole new price. Tesla's below 10-day volume and projected to be. Oh, MNTN IPO is out. So how much? $11.7 million shares at 16. So it has a premium, but you need what's it called? You need like what? 6 million? 6 million in 10 minutes. So yeah, we'll see. Allowed to comment your portfolio? No, you're not. I think you're aware of this. I think you got a timeout yesterday, and I've seen you here every day. So, yeah, that's your last warning. But you know the rules. I'm assuming you do. Yeah, MNTN. Wait for 6 million in 10 minutes. Otherwise, dip. I don't have a play. This is what I'm saying. This is how we hit Core Weave. I have a strategy for IPOs, but I'm okay with missing it out. So if I miss it out, I miss out. That's it. I've never done this with the IPO. This will be beautiful. So I'll watch it and see, and then I'm gonna use my little. Even in 3 minutes, was purchased at 2077 or like 2080. So literally 20% higher or lower. I was talking to your question, yes. How did I make? I didn't make this part of it. I bought more data, and then I created my own Microsoft Paint. You can look at volume profile, but I don't know if it's as accurate. I have no idea what MNTN is. I don't give a shit. I'm just waiting for the demand. Okay, 8% of the volume is at 2289. But yeah, it's not, I don't know if it's 2.3 in 4 minutes. So 6 more minutes, we need 6 million, 4 more million. Yeah, Hinge Health. NVTS. Dude, we got a bunch of free shares on that. I love it. Bro, we were really early on it, and then everybody just pumped it after. Bro, it was nuts. So thank you guys for the late pump. But I'll check. I mean, I don't even care about it anymore. I'm just going to hold those shares. Call it a day. It's free. Yeah, NVTS is actually, holy shit. And this turned over flow. This is the #1 turnover. So look, volume's at 164 million. Are you ready? It's expected to have 217 million by the end of the day. And it's already well above. Most of the volume was purchased at 420. Believe it or not. Jeez, bro. But then you have a lot. You have at least 30, 40%. No, it's like 37% is all purchased above $5. So, yeah. Yeah, Mountain, MNTN. That's, damn, bro. That just all clicked for me right now. Chad Charades. All right, brothers. Not bad. Not bad at all. Namaste. I'm gonna start saying that after I do a trade. Just namaste. We're gonna savasana for the long term right now. Everybody, I need you to open up your fidelity. Arms crossed. Breathe in really deep. Exhale all those dumbass play ideas. Just like that. Good, good, good. Savasana. You are one with the long term. You are one with the long term. Bloomberg hates you. So does everybody else on Wall Street. But you have the love internally, and the long term cannot be defeated. There you go. Namaste. Thank you. High on cue, dude. Be the long term. He said it's to relax us. Now bro's trying to hypnotize us into the long term. Well, you're welcome. I think you meant to say thank you. You spelt it wrong, but you're welcome. Oh no, he made me save my money. Oh no, he made me rich. Oh no, now I have more money than I've ever had. Oh, why don't make me? Startup Anthropic releases Claude 4 Opus and Claude 4 Sonnet. I love clicking on a stock right when it goes boom. And then AAP still up 50. And then pizza. Bro, the pizza options are up too. So that's always good. There is a bond auction, but it's not as important. It is a 10-year TIPS. It's inflation protected, so it's not really the same demand. You know, the way it goes and plays out, so people don't really view it as an indicator of anything. Ion Q, bro, Rigetti, all quantum from the morning. Justice says L3 Harris agrees to pay $62 million over false claims of acts alleging arising from submission of false cost or pricing data on defense contracts. Didn't they just get a contract? So LHX is going up. I guess they probably got fined less than expected. ENS, Rigetti, Wolf. And then Spies chilling near the high. Again, watch out for any broadening out. Watch the equal weight. Pay attention. Otherwise, you are still waiting on headlines or rates. Ion Q is Ion Qing. Its quantum definitely has a lot of energy on it today, but then there's like a lot of just little small caps running, or like again mid cap. Like Ion Q is actually worth a lot, but even then, like OTC small cap names, they've been moving all day today, just straight from the open. They've been getting a lot of money in there. So, and then obviously quantum kind of is the standout. I think Bitcoin might. I mean, it was up earlier, but yeah, it hit 11.2. That's so crazy. Qubits and J. I don't think there was news on quantum. Hot dog. $200 shares of Netflix in the long term today. Thank you. Don't thank me. Because I didn't tell you to do that, and you haven't paid attention to the channel. So I don't know why you're including me in your journey. Because if you paid attention, you would know you're not supposed to post any place. So good luck. But yeah, that's unacceptable. Pizza, pizza. NNE now, and then EQT. Yeah, EQT kind of running again. Most of these energy plays, except nuclear, was clobbered. Farm agency cancels food aid for children in poor countries, according to USDA memo. What? That's not a good headline. MSTRs are, it's still up. That's the thing. MSTR is just not moving, but it's up. If you own MSTR shares, you're making money or it's still holding, but the options clapped. And then that's why I'm so impressed with the IBIT, because it actually fucking moved very well. Bro, Ion Q again. This is crazy. Mountain 4.6. We need 6 million, but it's been longer than 10 minutes. Yeah, they hit it worked. I was up 50% on the MSTR when the IBIT was only up 5%. So on the first move of Bitcoin, early, bro, the MSTRs, they killed it. But then once it kind of does the little chop around, they die. And then you're going to want an IBIT or something that tracks the price. But either way, I hope the little warning about global liquidity and Bitcoin 2 weeks ago, it was a great time to position, even though it was crazy high. what's bad is providing food to the people in countries and the population quadruples? Oh, so you disagree? Okay. I didn't see that. I'm sure the headline sounds bad, but I'm sure I don't think they're trying to starve kids. That's usually how the media plays it. The headline sounds terrible. They're like, they're ending the program for stopping hungry kids. They're like, you hate hungry kids then? You want them to all starve? It's like, no, we're making another program. So I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's an interesting take. CFTC Mersinger says crypto perpetual futures could trade in the United States. So I don't know. Is that bullish for Bitcoin? CFTC perpetual Bitcoin futures? It's literally an episode of South Park. Yeah. And then we're chilling after that. That was crazy. You started like ramping up, hit the high, broadened out, and then chilled. Again, you're pretty much just taking turns between like the Amazons and Google. Google actually hasn't made a comeback at all. And then Apple's up and down. Meta kind of chilling. Zoom. Yeah, gold is good though. That's what I'm saying. The gold move even yesterday wasn't panicky, and then today it's bullish. So we'll see. Well, you just got to vibe. You're telling me you traded a lot of short squeezes 6 years ago? This behavior is short squeezes? That's cool. Just don't be too certain. That's all. So I've traded longer than that, and I just don't be too certain. That's your only risk right now. Like I said yesterday, only people like getting battered right now are the people that are like emotional, and then the people who are certain. Like, it's kind of crazy. That's why I'm saying, like, the people, like I was saying, you don't think it was weird? Bro, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, y'all didn't pick up on the sassiness? Oh, okay. You didn't notice those sassy ass, is it a bear market rally? Yeah, what now? B word. But it's okay. But like I'm saying, they're just emotions. And the little, just like, certainty. When we're at the low, everyone's certain we're crashing. And then they're like, oh, I've seen this, we're gonna die. And then when it's up, they're certain it's gonna be a massive move. That's why I just said don't settle at extremes. It doesn't have to be the best move in the world. It doesn't have to be the worst move in the world. We got to find the middle ground. But generally, that idea that we've been talking about, not being too certain, I think it's helped a lot of people. And like I'm saying, we've done very well. And I don't know what's happening. I'm not, there's stuff I don't know a lot of things. And just acknowledging that and playing with that humility has helped us tremendously, because nobody knows what's going on right now. And as long as you vibe with that, I think you're going to be good. And as long as you're not changing your mind over and over and over again because of emotions, I think you'll be fine. So if you see something developing, play it and act, and you will be rewarded. But don't be too certain. All you gotta have that, I need some friction. I need you to have a parachute, have something in there to kind of buffet against the pride and getting too one way. Because that's it. This is gonna be a year of selling all the rips. So things are gonna rip, and then once it hits a certain point, you're gonna rotate again, and they're gonna do that all day until we get answers. So get ready for it. It's a lot stickier on the new guys, because now they're part of a secret club that just got a little more special. So yeah, thank you. I don't know, I just realized it after, again, a lot of new guys. I got like 10 or 15 emails of new people, and they're like, bro, I got gifted the membership, I listened to Philo, holy crap. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Spy is tweaking. I saw that. I didn't know I can't tell if they're real or not. Yeah, that one was real. You got LME closing. Expert, hold on. China asked Dutch to ease chip export controls. That's ASML. So eyes on them, but that is coming out now. Yeah, that wick was real. Again, energy plays still moving. Again, there's like uranium, and then there's like renewables. They're both kind of going in different ways. Bits up. All right, spy back to VWAP. You have a flat tire? Oh, no. Do you need a tow truck? If you don't have one, we'll call you one. So I hope you're good. Make sure you're in a safe location. So if it is on like a freeway, even get out of your car. Why don't you have a spare? Why are you giving him shit, bro? That's not cool. Didn't you come into the watch list telling people about your life and they all showed you love yesterday? Do you remember that? I do. So why do you come in here and give them that energy? Come on, brother. That's not nice. But if you didn't know, most cars don't have spare tires anymore. It's actually part of like environment shit, I'm pretty sure. So like I found that out the hard way because I got a flat tire and I opened up the boot and I'm like, yo, yeah. Because like of weight and gasoline and all of it, yeah, it's like a regulation. And then it's like less efficient to carry around a tire. That's why my bougie ass G-Wagon, I got a full ass rim on the back. Because that's a big ass car and it's expensive. But most other cars for like environment and normal ones, they all got rid of the wheel. I'm just saying. I know, but like I'm saying, bro. Yesterday you came in with life problems. Not one person, they all encouraged you. I was watching. So your other brother comes in here today with problems. Why criticize? You don't think that's weird? I think it is. I don't like that. I don't think you guys, I think give back what you get. But otherwise, you already had a lot of noise. That's not acceptable. Well, listen, you don't have to be nice. Like, you see what I'm saying? You don't have to be like, oh, I care. Oh, fake care. No, but you don't have to go out of your way to criticize. That's the same logic. You ignore it all. If you think it's weird, you just ignore it. Clapping to this. I love it. I'm keeping this music because I've been clapping y'all for a while now. But now when I do it with the music, you guys, it's the vibe. I'm not mad at anybody. We just have to hold the rules down. You will thank me later. I don't care if you thank me now, but you will look back and you will see the example set before you, and you will see everything, and it will make sense. Amen. So that's why. Let's go. I want to see more action. I want to see more long terms. Less noise. I want more execute. Some of y'all, you gonna learn. You are gonna be a threat. So amen. I don't know. I often put 2 Tesla charts. And then I thought Tesla was Apple. Don't they look alike? Just sold the long term to take over my house in 10 days. Amen. Oh no. Prayers up, music. His dad's been in the hospital for 36 days. Oh man. Prayers up. And these are the challenges in life, bro, where you gotta be strong. So, and then go be with your father, man. Amen. But definitely prayers up, bro. Okay, spy candles getting a little bit lower. You had old EU headlines, those didn't matter. Stay. Whew. Welcome. Okay, nothing else. I don't see it yet. No other headline. Oh, where is it? Yeah. I posted a Tesla play. I haven't made it. I'll try to do it if I can. I'll have to do it on my other account. But watch if Tesla breaks down. There's a good one, but and then I'm still waiting on CoreWiv for our Frogger, but nothing. Now we chill. What's up, big dog Marine? Amen. I love it. I love it, but can I say something? I've noticed an alarming trend. I've seen a lot of people in the military shout me out recently, but then I see some of you guys involved with like sketchy day trading groups. So just understand why I shout out and what I do for, you know? And just be careful. I care about you guys, and you guys have served this nation, and I hate watching veterans getting taken advantage of financially. So maybe you like it, and it's been good for you in the short run, but be very careful, okay? That's why I say I want you guys to have houses in the long term. But, you know, if you have served this country, bro, I want you to do good, and I don't want you to pay a little kid for a day trade course and get scammed. So be careful, and thank you for your service, all of you. And that's why I'm saying, man, I don't like seeing veterans taken advantage of. So I hope you guys are mindful. It feels icky and vague. I feel that's why I keep reminding the Chads to make it real, bro. Every day in real life. Because it does sound like that. But I think some of you, like, again, every single morning, every day. And, like, you even see the guys in co-real estate. Shout out Ian, bro. All the vets. And they even help out the vets, too. But, like I'm saying, man, we've encountered a lot. And I know a lot of people, like veterans, they get hurt, bro. They get disabled, and then they're at home. Trading attracts a lot of them, but like I'm saying, I don't stand for people taking advantage of that. So, and like I'm saying, some are involved because they're doing the scamming, or they just don't know and they think it's an opportunity. So just be careful. And like I'm saying, you serve this country, you should own this country. You shouldn't trade it. You should own it. And you should have a big portfolio, and will help, and real estate and all that. And like I'm saying, I think you served, you should have it for free. So, yeah. Right. But on that note, Chattadonia, you know what time it is? Bow now, bow, 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 bow. I don't know if it hits with this music. Because we have the feeling that, I don't know, the meditation music and everybody dance now. But yeah, so it's time to move to Philo. Thankfully, yesterday the market was moving way crazier when we went to Philo. But now it's chill, so you can relax a little bit. If you feel like you're going to miss something, then you should get a membership. Otherwise, I'm sure there's a lot of other places that'll take care of you. So enjoy your time. But if you want to listen about life and other things, I would love for you to be there. So God bless you, America. Thank you to the veterans. And I will see you guys around Power Hour.